99% of people are focused on the 1% of health. A lot of what we see on social media and even questions I get from my patients are, should I be taking 5 or 15 grams of creatine? Should I lift before or after I run? Do I wear these type of shoes when I do this thing? And a lot of those things are really just marginally different in the grand scheme of health and wellness. And don't get me wrong, I know we live in a society where we have to pick between cheap foods with a lot of chemicals or organic foods with slightly less chemicals. And we have to pick between fruits or fast food. And it's not the easiest to make the best decisions. A lot of people work long days and long nights and they don't have time to do the things that we need to do to stay healthy. And we need to advocate for those things. But while we advocate for those things, we also need to take care of our health. And that doesn't come from focusing on the 1% of things. The things that are gonna make us healthier in the long run are the simple things that we know works. Get outside, walk, exercise 3, 4, 5 days a week for 30, 45, 50 minutes at a time. Do some strength training 2 to 3 times a week if you can. Find ways to be creative. It's not easy, but it's very simple. We focus on these 1% of things and they're not hacks. They're not gonna change our lives. They're not gonna make us exponentially better. If you're doing all the right things, will the red light therapy and creatine, will these things make a difference? They will. They will push you to a higher tier. But if we're at baseline and we're not pushing ourselves to a certain level, we need to find ways to be creative, to work hard. And that's the thing I want to teach my patients. I want to teach my patients that even though we don't live in a society that pushes us and helps us be healthy, we need to find ways to push for ourselves to be healthy. Because even though they're not going to give it to us, we need to find it for ourselves. Because while we push for change, we need to still maintain our health because that's the most important thing that we can do.